All right, we are live right now. I've got a couple of seconds to give our music intro. You ready for that?
Going through the Black History stuff.
Audio Jungle.
All right, we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, our week in review, where we come to you live from Mott Branch Library. Let's get into some introductions. I'm Brother Washington Muhammad. We need to go to our intro video. Man, Black History,
the whole thing.
Look, Black History Month is messing me up today. Probably because I don't have that script that I said Jody had, but that's the one that I need.
That's okay. We just had the whole good old ceremony downtown.
All right.
Ready for round two.
Right. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to share our intro video. That way you can, like, share, and subscribe. This is CSRN Podcast, our week in review. We'll be right back.
I must confess that that dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare. Now, the other thing that we've got to come to see now that many of us didn't see too well during the last 10 years, that is that racism
Not guilty
is still alive in American society and much more widespread.
Broke his neck after Baltimore police.
A handful of protesters, a handful of criminals and thugs who...
Many in moments of anger, many in moments of deep bitterness, engage in riots. And as long as America postpones justice, we stand in the position of having these recurrences of violence and riots over and over again. Social justice and progress are the absolute guarantors of riot prevention.
Mr. Gray's death was a homicide.
The Negro was freed from the bondage of physical slavery.
The athletes marched onto a stage.
But at the same time, the nation refused to give him land to make that freedom meaningful. Freedom without land to cultivate. Freedom and famine at the same time.
And create jobs for our people.
Negro is to be free. He must move down into the inner resources of his own soul and sign with a pen and ink of self-assertive manhood his own emancipation proclamation. But I want to get the language right tonight. I want to get the language so right that everybody here will cry out, yes, I'm black, I'm proud of it, I'm black and beautiful. Individually, we are poor when you compare us with white society in America. We are poor. Collectively, we are richer than all the nations in the world with the exception of 9. That's power right there if we know how to prove it. We begin the process of building a greater economic base. And at the same time, we are putting pressure where it really hurts. We don't have to argue with anybody. We just need to go around to these stores and to these massive industries in our country. Say, God sent us by here to say to you that you're not treating his children right. We come by here to ask you to make the first item on your agenda fair treatment where God's children are concerned. Now, if you're not prepared to do that, we do have an agenda that we must follow. And our agenda calls for withdrawing economic support from you. We mean business now, and we are determined to gain our rightful place in God's world.
All right, we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, our week in review. If you wonder why I'm smiling, well, number one, I got this leather-like hat on and it keeps moving, all right? All right, let's do that again. All right, this is the CSRN podcast, our week in review. If you notice that my energy is up just a bit, we had our flag raising earlier. We're going to process some bits and pieces of that. Then we're going to really dive into it later on. Let's get into some introductions. I'm Brother Washington Muhammad. I'm one of the co-founders of CSRN, along with Mike Leonardi and Jabril Bey. It was 11 years ago in November, or maybe just a bit before November, that those two got together and came up with this idea of community solidarity. Then they gave me a call and asked me to join them to help put together some events. Jody, we had our initial event or protest on a Tuesday. So for the past 11 years, we've been coming together on a Tuesday. So if you're planning something on a Tuesday and you want us involved, it better be important. All right. Otherwise, we'll be here. Hey, what am I wearing today? Let's move this computer. Today, I'm wearing a black hat. It's leather, but don't look at the tag to see if it's real leather. I've got my glasses on from Optical Twix in Between. That's my sister, Christian Moncrief. Let her know that I sent you there. She'll probably give you 15-20% off pair of glasses. Let her know Jody sent you. I got my CSRN shirt on today.
And then she'll make it back normal price.
Well, it's all good. All right. I've got my CSRN Toledo shirt on, and it says Community Solidarity Response Network, All Black Lives Matter, Justice or Else. And as always, I'm dedicated to respecting, protecting, and defending all Black bodies, no matter the cost, no matter the gains or loss. This is the home of Black Lives Matter and Justice or Else. And we're doing this for the protest community and activist culture. And wherever you decide that you are dissatisfied, we created our own platform to not only talk about that, but also to bring other people in that's doing some awesome things in the community. We have one of those people with us today. We're going to get into that a little bit later on. Jody, I think that I've got my beads on today. My son made me a bracelet. It looks like skulls with a Dragon Ball Z
motif.
Yeah. And I've also he made this the white bracelet too.
Based on his comic book characters, because he's an author as well.
Okay, I am not promoting his stuff. He hasn't gave me a dime. Yes, has not gave me a dime. All right. Hey, be your own people. Hey, your own family. So
remember that in June.
Yeah, that is right. What, for Father's Day? Man, I'm gonna get a tie. I got 1,000 ties. So no, but shout out to Yassin Muhammad in the Fable 5 book that he finished writing last year. You can go get that on Amazon. And that's what's up. Hey, Jody, if you could introduce yourself, what you're wearing, and then we're going to get right into our mission statement and talk about the flag raising, and then we'll take a break and come back with Danetta.
All righty. What's up, everybody? Jody J. Summers, child of the system, better known as Spoken Truth, the treasurer of this wonderful organization that has been going on for more than a decade now.
That's right.
Again, as Brother Washington said, that if you have something going on a Tuesday and it's not AM or after this show, I hope it's important because this is
Yeah,
where we will
we
be.
might show up. All right.
We might show up. I think that this being a part of my responsible adult life makes things a little bit different. You know, when people's like, hey, what was the song back in the day with the dude going up on a Tuesday? And even when I was in the nightclub industry and stuff, this was still my priority to be here. So I think that it's good that I've been able to do this for such a very long time. Thank you to everybody out there that continues to watch us, that continues to stream us, that continues to listen to us, whether it be on Spotify or YouTube or Facebook Live. It is very heartwarming to know that there are people that want more information that's not trendy, that's not topic, that's not triggering, that's actual interviewing people in your community. We're not asking you, well, what do you think this world leader is going to do? Because nobody does at this moment. I am rather shocked, and I'm an elected official myself. It took me a very long time to reach that status, but we thank you for being here because you could be listening to anybody else's podcast, talk show, news,
that's right,
anything like that, and you choose to listen to us. How do you get to this point? How does all of this work with all of these energies? Also, happy Black History Month for everybody just joining us. Sorry, our show is not on the first, so for those of you should have said it a couple of days ago, well,
we weren't here.
We're here right now. We did some amazing work today downtown for the 6th year in a row. And regardless of what the trolls say and stuff like that, we showed up. And honestly, that's the only people that had to show up since it's our event. But you get to that point with everybody not reading the comments and doing the marches and the protests. And again, now we interview people from senators to people that are starting their grassroots organizations and everything in between, artists, yoga studios, hair salons, you name it, come on our show as long as it's not derogatory or you're not trying to diss somebody in the community. We would love to have you. That would be awesome to interview you.
Yeah, some people need some dissing, but maybe not.
I mean, some people do, but
all right,
you know,
entities,
not here. Entities, political powers, and not people that's are struggling along with you. I do get that a lot because in recent months I've heard, why are you supporting or why do you? I mean, I'm not there at the protest, but I refuse, no matter what country of origin you come from, we're all from somewhere. Nobody owns the planet. And if you're okay with sitting down or standing by or making a post for somebody else being harmed, then karma's going to come for you.
All right.
Might come for your next generation.
Okay.
Might come for the generation of that. I don't know which one America's in, but it seems like it's getting some of its own.
All right, anyway, Jody. All right.
Here's our mission statement, and this is how we hold all of this together. This is how we function outside of the chaotic world that decides, no, I like this thing, and you should be talking about this. So, you know, it's what is it? Follow your conscience.
Yeah, or
thing.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. All right, Jody.
So this is our conscience. We are the Community Solidarity Response Network of Toledo, formed on November 25th, 2014, the day after it was announced that the killer, a Ferguson, Missouri police officer of Michael Brown, an unarmed teenager, would not be indicted. We bring awareness to the injustices experienced by Black men, women, and children who are disproportionately murdered, attacked, provoked, and harassed by law enforcement. Police brutality has to end. We bring awareness to the fact that most often, yes, most often, police brutality goes without consequence and accountability. Police impunity has to end. We utilize the tactics of protest, civil disobedience, event disruption, and citizen advocacy to give voice to those who are otherwise voiceless. We facilitate progressive, community-based events that help foster self-development, and we discuss measures to hold local leadership accountable, yes, accountable to their sworn duties, be they politician, clergy, law enforcement, educators, etc., etc. We want justice, equal justice under the law. We want justice applied equally to all, yes, all, regardless of class, creed, or color. For all lives to matter, Black lives, yes, Black lives must matter. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
All right. So before we go on our break, we had our flag raising today. So if you can see the crawler, it says flag raising, our CSRN flag raising February 3rd. Yep, that's today. And it's already happened. Man, if you can have a couple of takeaways from what we experienced today at 10 o'clock, at 10:30 at One Government Center, what would be a couple of takeaways you got from that?
It was warmer.
Oh, yeah, it was.
I had to have gloves on. A decent amount of people showed up outside of the news. Again, it's our responsibility to be there. It's our event. What the city does, what the commissioners do, if they put it on their calendar or not, they know we might just show up and grab the pole ourselves. But they were there. I think, let's see, Venice was there. We had some other, of course, the Lucas County commissioners there. We had all the news stations, the Blade, the Journal, Sojourner Truth. Gutter Dave came from the Arts Commission. He was there. It was his first year. He finally moved his schedule around enough, and he was able to make it, which made me very happy. I liked what Venice said about the Cheeto Man in office. I think everything was good. Also, we mixed up our singer again, because every year we have a different person singing the national Black anthem, and I'll post that on my page later. But I thought that was really good, and you never know the people that you will impact.
Yeah,
if you never show up.
Yeah, I'm sharing a photo right now from. I think this was from.
That was from today.
Right, this was from today. This is a picture. I'm gonna have to give credit to Channel 13 for taking this picture, and we did our cut and paste or screenshot and made this our I guess our artwork for our podcast today.
Yep.
And yeah, quite a few people showing up outside, and today we had our brother Harold Harris with us, who had ran for mayor. Right there, what you're seeing on our page, that was right after Pastor Willie Perriman opened up, and I'm ready to have Jody and Harold Harris raise the flag along with our
shout out to Gutter Dave for going live.
Yeah, along with our solidarity pledge. Oh yeah, this is just live right here.
Yep. Okay,
so yeah, let's give credit to Gutter Dave Ross. Is at One Government Center. He provided us with this live right here. It's a couple of minutes.
All the way to the actual flag raising. Very interesting raising it with Harold this year. Right. All right. All right. So what we're gonna do right now is, man, family, just go to our page, check out all of the pictures, all of the things that we share on our page from this. And big shout out once again to Gutter Dave. I thought that was the news that covered that right there. He got a pretty steady hand too. Yeah. He did a very exceptional job of that. All right. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to get right into a quick commercial break. We're going to come back with Danetta Walker from the Paws Off Foundation, talk about what she's doing, how she's been able to affect change in the community. Come back and join us. This is the CSRN podcast, our week in review. We'll be right back.
It's the Panama Canal.
En esta hermosísima ciudad de Orlando.
I'm here in Barranquilla, Colombia, and in sunny Miami. Daytona Beach, mis amigos, that's where we're at today.
Desde la ciudad de Cartagena, Colombia.
We are in Orlando right now, here in Florida.
I'm Helene Sheets, Director of Marketing and Communications at beautiful Lourdes University, and we've been a proud sponsor and supporter of Voces Latinas TV for over a decade. It has been a fantastic partnership. It's been our doorway into the Latino community. We've met so many incredible people, created so many partnerships. Our students absolutely love the connections we've made through Voces Latinas TV, and we're looking forward to at least another decade, 2 decades.
Hey, I'm Dr. Hey, I'm Dr. P. Not only am I a leadership coach, I'm a change agent and I'm a race scholar. I've used my study of race to dismantle systems and organizations, but I also use that to help you as the individual become a better leader for your families and for your community.
All right, we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, our week in review. Big shout out to Mott Branch Library, because every week Kevin and the staff lays out the red, black, and green carpet for us. We're in the pink room, so if you're in the area, you can always come in and sit and watch us go through our antics and how we do this. All of the placards in the back, it's not green screen. It's a real red, black, and green flag. It's a real parody of some of the corporate America's logos that we have. And as Jody, it is not AI. This is real. All right, enough of that. One of our CSRN traditions is that whenever we have a guest, all right, and we got a sister today, so it's just not me and Jody, all right? So that kind of changes the energy too. I love Jody, but all right, but it's different. All right, we ask, who are you? What are you wearing? And what are we talking about today?
Well, I am Danetta Walker. I am a community organizer as well, leader. And I'm wearing a blue jean kind of sports jacket with a nice warm sweater, white and blue sweater with a turtleneck.
Okay, all right. Man, we had talked last week about having you on, talk about why you're here. And I think that everybody that knows CSRN might have seen us share some of your pages. And And I like to talk about the Pause Off Foundation. That's an acronym for something. What does it mean? And why should people know that the Pause Off Foundation exists?
Okay, so Pause Off is Portia and Walker's sovereignty. My dad's side of the family is Portia and Wingate's sovereignty. I'm sorry, my dad's side of the family is Portia's, and my mom's side of the family is Wingate's. And for years, I have experienced our men and our family not having the resources that they needed. And my son, Jeremiah, was and still is going to be a part of the change, but was one of the family members that everyone was looking toward breaking free. So that means something special to me in the acronym. But in all reality, we can have the acronym. Pause Off is basically get your paws off our children, off our bloodline.
I like that.
And it's time out for sitting still and watching our children lose.
Oh man. All right. So for all of us that have followed you and followed Jeremiah, what is it about you that made you decide that, hey, I'm gonna share the web page too. And you can go to pauseoffjeremiah.org, and let's share that in the we'll share that right here. All right, it's pauseoffjeremiah.org. Go to the web page, check out what it's about, become a member, donate. If you like CSRN, you're gonna love to be a part of the Pause Off Foundation. So, Danetta, what's different about you that can take a situation like this and create something? What was it that made you decide, hey, I'm gonna make something?
Well, I could have pretty much just checked out. That's what I see a lot in our culture because, our children, can be our idols a little bit. But I've seen loss look like failure, like we just give up. And my heart desire was just to be in a place to say, how can I take this pain and turn it into purpose? And that's just been my heart the whole time. But again, this tragedy that's horrible, how can I can blame all day, complain all day, but how can I turn this into something that's going to be preventable but impactful? How can I add value to other organizations that's doing work in this, in this area of mental health in our community, with children, with youth? Like, what can I do to help empower organizations?
All right, I put your webpage up so everybody can see that, and it says Pause Off Our Children. It says if your loved one is missing in crisis or has been found unalive, you're not alone. And just that sentence alone resonates with so many of us that really believe that it's just me.
Yeah.
And it's nobody else.
Yeah. And honestly, that's one of the main pieces to this, because I have been physically, for the most part, by myself. And I've had to put that together because I have no family in Toledo. All my family is everywhere else.
Yeah.
And so having to go through the process of advocating for my son, advocating for myself, knowing what is accurate, what's not accurate. So to be in a place where I didn't have anyone I could actually call and say, you know what, I'm struggling right now. I wanted to make that as a opportunity for individuals who may be struggling. So that's going to be getting built out really deep here.
Yeah, and it says this space was created from lived experience, man, deep loss and enduring love. Pause Off exists to help families navigate grief, confusion, and advocacy with compassion, faith, and truth. And since you're one of those that have a lived experience, and I'm still amazed that you're willing to share and help others that are going through similar loss. But there's a stigma in our community that we don't talk about things like this. We're quick to talk about politics. We're quick to talk about sports. We're quick to talk about entertainment. Why do you think we need to really break that stigma of talking about mental health and wellness in our community?
I think one of the I'm actually dealing with it right now with a few individuals had reached out to me, and the thing is the fear, not understanding what mental health is. And so kind of changing the narrative around what it really is and making it more where it's okay to get help. That's why I said what health accessibility. I've been trying to change it to health accessibility. And that's pretty much it's not just about getting an appointment. It's about wraparound care. That means evaluation, stabilization, family involvement, discharge planning, follow-up, and community support. Without that full circle, especially in mental health, people fall through dangerous gaps. And that's why Pause Off Foundation exists to change this, because talking to people and saying mental health, they're thinking, "Oh, I'm not gonna go sit with a shrink." Like,
Yeah,
come on, we gotta go
that's
hop
what I
on.
hear.
We gotta go hop on that chair, But the individuals we're talking to, are there people that can understand, and not just understand, that have the experience to properly diagnose or properly
Yeah.
assess us and work with us. So I think that's something that is needed in our community to help break that stigma.
How much since you've launched on the Pause Off Foundation, and also saw the news story you did at the Maumee River, how have you been received after launching the Pause Off Foundation?
I actually have a lot of individuals externally that are here. I'm just amazed at the support. And hadn't it been for the individuals that were very active in the background and calling, TPD and
Yeah.
making those phone calls, because it was days that I couldn't. Individuals praying. I have so many messages from the messenger from individuals that I'm like, I have to sit down and go through. Very, very supportive. And not some of the, known faces, but I believe over time, people will finally get to the point of saying, you know what, we want to be a part of something. This is nothing that is competitive. This is not something that's going to cause me to lose. It's actually something that's going to help our culture. So it's been a lot of support, a lot of support. In fact, I'm going to ask you guys to collaborate with me.
All right. Well, we're here for it.
Yeah.
You've already have Jody on loan in perpetuity. All right. And if you
Jody was right down there. He's
Right.
everywhere, guys.
No.
He's everywhere. He is not going to miss a
Okay.
beat for his people.
All right, Danetta, we're not going to make this about Jody, because I used to think that I was popular until I start walking with Jody. All right. But we're not going to look. I don't know if this is just jealousy or hate, but we are not going to make this the Jody show. All right. We are not. We're going to say that 3 times. But I've never been with anyone that can be in 5 places at the same time and well received. He's his own vibe.
Yes.
All right. I've never seen the person that he's trying to be like. I've never seen the person that he's trying to emulate. I've never seen the person that he's trying to copy. And it's been an awesome ride with me in organizing with him. And he's one of those people that could either click all of the above or none of the above and still get it done. So shout out to Jody Summers. He was with you at the river when we were talking about the chains. Yeah. We're talking about how safe it is.
Yeah.
And we've seen the city of Toledo make some changes on some of the bridges.
Mm-hmm.
When we've seen that before, there were fences on the bridges and people would be able to do things or fall off. So now we come to something else.
Yeah.
All right. That needs to be done.
Yeah, and I'm finding more people reaching out. There was a woman, I'm not going to share her story, particularly her name or what have you, but she's a very prominent individual that's over a major organization that reached out to me and told me about her, situation with her child in the same river, and just in 2025. So I am moved to find out how many people are actually drowning or, whatever the case is. So to just be able to say, hey, how can we make this a little safer? Can we get a conversation started to see what can actually be done? We can go through blame. That's not relevant right now. Right now is if somebody was to have, a heart attack or a stroke, or like you were saying the other day, this person is on ice and he have a heart attack. But if somebody was to fall there, what safety measures are in place, or what can we start discussing around that,
Right. And unfortunately, whenever we're talking about community safety, if we're talking to the county or to the city or to the state, it's automatic. Somebody feels defensive.
Yeah.
As if, okay, there's a lawsuit next. No.
Right. No.
We want our community safe. We living in the community.
Yep.
So when things start to happen, when there's a pattern, because you said you had a conversation with someone that we're not going to mention her name, but this isn't the first time.
No, this is not the first time.
So when we start seeing patterns like this, and to see you brave enough to say, hey, listen, this is happening the same way out in Springfield when the children were walking across the street to the school.
Yeah.
And two of the children I think they were hit by a train or something to that effect. The community got together, Danetta, and they petitioned, and what they did, they built a bridge over.
Yeah.
So that train does
right
not.
there at McCord.
Right there at McCord.
Springfield High School.
So don't tell me. Oh, I'm getting fired up like I done clocked in for Paul's Off Foundation. All right. I done clocked in. Yeah. So don't tell me that when things happen that we can't, that we could just sit on our hands and say, there's nothing else for us to do. My hands are tied. It's above me. No.
Yeah.
No, we're going to keep pushing.
Yeah. And even as I was saying, about the health accessibility, me having access to figure out how I could help my son, even though he was getting help and things of that nature, being 19 years old, they're considering you an adult. So being able to say, okay, if this person is released, what are the next steps, if that makes sense? How do we involve the care provider and see who's there for that? So that wraparound care is something that I'm interested in having a conversation with individuals, but it's going to get done.
Right.
And I believe the community is going to come together to say, hey, let's stand in the gap for our people, because we are, struggling. We all had COVID happen. So I believe everyone was traumatized on one level or another.
That's right.
So just being able to say, how can we move forward and bring about positive impact of change?
Right. I think that one of the things that's happening is you and I talking about it on this platform, which is normally done to talk about social justice stuff. And I'm saying stuff like, because this is more important, or what's happening, with the police, or what's happening with the politician. Well, what's happening with our babies?
Yeah.
All right. Doesn't that fit too in the narrative of social justice?
Yeah.
What's happening with mental health and accessible mental health? Doesn't that matter within our social justice community? Do we have to make signs for that too in order for it to matter? And I'm talking about us. All right.
Yeah.
I'm talking about us to make some real change. We're talking about it right now, but we're not done with it.
No.
And look, my last thing, there's a group that we had on our podcast, and they're opposed to I-475, some of the rebuilding that's going on near the Talmadge area that's affecting the property over that area. And there's so much documentation on how that came about, and so much is not legit about that. They've stopped the planning because people rose up.
Yeah.
And they're saying, hey, no, we're not going to, that's not feasible.
Yeah.
It's not even legal. So there's so many things that we're not just sitting down and saying, and taking their word for face value, just because they told us we can't do it. We used to have leaders that tell us, well, Danetta, y'all can't do it. So no, we're not following them anymore.
No. And I will knock on every door in Toledo and canvas every door, because that's one of my skill sets.
All right. I'm fired up, and I'm getting the sign that we're gonna take a pause. Hey, are you? Hey, okay. I told you I punched in already. But I do want to continue this conversation. I like for you to be kind of a reoccurring theme regarding mental health, our children, breaking the stigma, us as parents talking about it. These are the things that we used to sweep under the rug.
Yep.
So it's up to us to take that stuff that we swept under the rug. All right, you and me both.
Snatch the rug up.
Snatch the rug. Look, I'm going to grab up stuff. No, just take the rug off, Brother Washington. That's right. So what we wanted to ask you, two of the things that we ask our guests, it's about self-care. That's an essential part of what we do. What is it that you do to be stable, to keep it together, especially now? What is it that you do for self-care?
Oh my, I pray, I meditate. I literally, for my emotional care, I have been noticing that I would have like moments of anger. I would have moments of sadness. And when I would get these emotions, I'll just be like, okay, I need help. I need help. What kind of help can I get right now? What I try to find something encouraging, something that I heard, affirmation. Think about somebody that did something positive.
I like that.
You know, I think about something to try to make me laugh, but I ultimately just cry out to the Lord and say, help me if it's really, really bad. But then I'm on the phone with someone, or someone is calling me. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Before it was different. Now it's just as different. So I'm in the moment.
And I'm so glad that you're willing to share yourself, and to share yourself now. All right. Now, not 10 years later when you wrote a book. All right. And you're living out, somewhere else, that you're sharing it now. So we can get the feeling now. We can get the love now. We can get the compassion. We can get the hurt. All the things that a lot of us are going through right now. I really appreciate that, because that's real.
Yeah, I'm just really trying to, because you go to the blame. I do my best, and I like how you guys said you started your show not to accuse and just you know how it can get. It's like, let's call this person out. Let's call, like, no, like, I like solutions. I love solutions, but like for me, when I get to that space, I know that is a marker point for me to back up, because it's unsafe.
Right. And that's where myself and Jody come along, because someone needs to be held accountable.
Yeah.
All right. We'll take care of the light work on making those accountable. We still got to move on.
Exactly.
But you're not getting off the hook like that. But we're not focused on that. Exactly. But it's a part of what we do. So don't think that stuff is just going to get swept under the... No, there's going to be some accountability, and some accountability language that has to happen, but also we can chew gum and walk at the same time too. We don't have to get stuck there. At one point, I'm going to have to forgive myself, or I'm going to have to forgive others, and we're going to have to move forward.
Yes.
But there is going to be some accountability. It's not going to be a forgive and forget because you're incompetent or negligent. All right. That's a part of it. However, there's still that accountability and responsibility part that we're pulling up. All right.
Yeah.
Or that.
Yeah.
But we're still going to keep moving forward. I'm not going
Yeah, because on the flip side, and I'm going to end on this, on the flip side, if it was Jeremiah, like I said, robbing someone, stealing something,
that's
he'd
right.
have been immediately splashed over. They would be, look at that mom, look at her, she didn't do, you know. We will get the heat as the news, not the news, but the narrative.
I know it. Yes, absolutely.
And I appreciate WTOL and 13 following this story and just saying, hey, we want to help be a part of the change. And so those individuals over there, I was like, oh, wow, the individuals that came out, I was just thankful. Like, yeah, great. Thank you. And you guys, and Washington, you always show up for me, by the way.
That's right.
For some years now. So, we honoring Dr. Gwen, and
that's right.
You showed up right there and every time. And I really appreciate you being on the grind every time for us.
All right. Our last question is we're big on gratitude. Danetta, 3 things that you're grateful for. What would those things be?
Being authentic, transparent, and thankful that I get a chance to be used like a billboard. That's why I'm.
Now, would you be willing to come back at another time and kind of give us some updates on the Pause Off Foundation and talk about some of the things that we are going to be doing together so that the community will know that, hey, listen, we really need to get on board. We really need to talk. Our children are suffering, and they're suffering due to our island. And I'm
honored to be able to do that.
All right. Hey, fam, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back with Jody Summers. We're going to break down our CSRN Pan-African flag raising today at One Government Center. This is the CSRN podcast, our week in review. We'll be right back.
Pathway Incorporated Brothers United program believes that children are important. Every day we support and advocate for fathers because when children have involved fathers, the whole community thrives. The fathers that come into the Brothers United program are mostly young fathers who are primarily gang members or drug dealers or those involved in lots of trauma from the time when they were youth until now. The program has fatherhood classes which teach you about your role as a father, the importance of being a father, healthy relationships, how to co-parent and work better together with your co-parent, and then economic stability, how to get a job, how to keep a job. It is so important for fathers to learn to take care of their children holistically, not just emotionally, not just physically, but financially as well, because children need a holistic approach.
I really just needed help with really being a better father and looking for a job to be able to support my kids.
Some of the problems I was facing when I joined Brothers United was communication with my children. Had some time apart from each other for a while, so they gave me the tools to really get back in communication with them.
Fathers will come into our program with their heads down. 2 weeks later, their heads are up. 3 weeks later, they're laughing and talking. 4 weeks later, they're building a bond. And by the time we get to 8 weeks, they're saying, hey, we want to stay here. What can we do to stay connected?
It gave me a better perspective on how to look at things from other people's point of view. You know, sometimes us as men, we get caught up in being prideful and arrogant, thinking we don't need the help. We do. And we just have to put our pride, selfishness, and arrogance to the side. And when the help is there, take it.
Hope plays the most important role in everything that we do because we have to have hope. We have to remember that fathers are important, and we have to not only say it, but we have to live it, we have to breathe it, we have to do it, we have to convey it to everyone.
Let me get a BU Nation on 3, fellas. 1, 2, 3, BU Nation!
The dads give us hope. The dads supply for us on the days when it gets hard. On the days when we've seen more violence than we ever want to see. On the days when we've lost some dads to jail or to murder, they give us hope. And so the hope that that lives can change. If you invest in them, if you believe in them, then lives can change.
Brothers United changed my life, I would say, because of where I come from, what I've been through. I learned to understand it is help out there. Don't be scared to ask for it. If you don't reach, you can't grab. That's it.
They made me more employable, more desirable by employers, which in turn helped me provide for my family and provide for my children and my grandchild. So it makes me a better man, a better father, and a better example.
It showed me like how to be better to my kids, so I went and got custody of my son. My son been with me for a couple months now. So this showed me how to be a better parent all around, just a better man, period.
Initially, I didn't know that it could change men's lives. I didn't know that fathers could change. But it's amazing to me when fathers come back a year later, 2 years later, and tell us thank you. Or they'll make a Facebook post and say, look at what I'm doing now. It's amazing to me about the level of work that we've been able to do and the lives that we've changed in just a short period of time. And the fathers who come back and say, thank you, I needed you, and you were there.
And shout out to Brothers United, man. Be you.
I think.
All right, we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, our week in review. Usually, every time we take a short break, whenever we come back, it seems like there's a chill in the air, and it's because I took that hot leather hat. I took that hot. Hey, everybody knows I don't have a hairline anyway, so I ain't trying to pretend that I got a hairline. I don't have one, and I'm proud. All right, I already had that conversation back in the late 80s. All right, after that Jerry curl, it was a wrap, Jody. You wouldn't know nothing about that because you're a little bit. Yeah. All right.
Braids.
Hey, listen. I can't wait to get to our flag raising ceremony at One Government Center today, and a big shout out to Danetta Walker. You see her logo up there, the Paws Off Foundation. Our brother Jeremiah Portia. And support it and pause off jeremiah.org. You saw the page earlier. If you missed it, just hit what is that, rewind, or just skip back. All right, and you can see that. But that's the logo right there. Also, we've got this week's edition of the Final Call coming out. We just got the Final Call's newspapers in Toledo yesterday. We'll be on the corners of Bancroft, Detroit. You'll find them at Bobby Howard's, Yummy's, Powell's Beauty Supply, Central Market, and sometime I slip some at Seaway. So pick up this week's edition of the Final Call. It says, is the U.S. preparing to attack Iran? And then there's a story in here that really resonates with that. And I'm going to read just on press time. This is from the Final Call. It says, the United States and the Islamic Republic of Iran are dangerously close to the edge of conflict. Tensions is amped up with the U.S. threats against the Islamic Republic, its leadership, and the buildup of warship, aircraft carriers, and troops to the Persian Gulf. The situation is highly tense and volatile due to America's long-standing attempts to overthrow Iran's government. Now, if anyone's aware of America and their foreign policy, you'd only have to look back a couple of weeks ago when America went to Venezuela and kidnapped their president. I mean, well, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that, but that in itself
just disappeared too.
Right, that in itself is something that I've still strived to wrap my mind around. If a country decided that, hey, you guys are killing protesters in America, what we're going to do is come to your country and get your president.
Right.
I don't even know how I could even say that, how that even makes sense. But hey, America, that's America. Right, right.
It's interesting. And there's one headline, maybe a couple more, and then they're disappeared.
Right. And that's true. You don't even see the tracksuit anymore. All right.
I was speaking, and not to be too off topic or anything, but I was speaking to a friend the other day and reminding them, like, yeah, have you ever seen, okay, they're supposedly deporting them and putting them back at home. Nobody's online talking about, well, I got caught. I'm back at home. You just don't hear from those people no more. As I say, same thing happened with the organ trade and the slave trade, and we got the Epstein files to distract us from the shooting, and the shooting to distract
All right. Okay, Jody. All right. I think you're gonna come and pull up to the library now. All right.
Well, they're supposedly here. I'm ready.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, I'm ready too, since you're ready. The next story is a former Illinois deputy is sentenced to 20 years in prison for killing Sonia Massey. If you remember a couple of years ago when this happened, we got an opportunity to have a protest awareness activity at Junction Park or Kwanzaa Park at the corners of Nebraska and Junction. And we raised our voice regarding this. And from the Final Call newspaper, it says that a former Illinois sheriff deputy was sentenced to 29 on January 29 to 20 years in prison for fatally shooting Sonia Massey, who had dialed 911 to report a possible prowler outside her home. It says that Sean Grayson, 31, was convicted in October in a police brutality case that prompted protests over systematic racism and led to the U.S. Department of Justice inquiry. Grayson, who is white, received the maximum possible sentence. And I think that it goes a lot to what we were talking about earlier, that there's some things that we're going to have to raise our voices for and then follow up to make sure those are accountable. Yes. All right. That's going to have to happen. Unfortunately, a lot of our elected officials, a lot of the people that are charged with protecting us, we have to make them do their job.
Yeah.
The days of thinking that they're going to do right by us, we are very naive if we think that's going to happen. We're going to have to make them do what they say they're going to do. So those issues are in the latest edition of the Final Call newspaper. Make sure you go to finalcall.com. If you want to subscribe and get a digital edition, go to digital.finalcall.com. The same as our commercial. I didn't play that commercial. I'll play it later. And also, you can pick up the paper at Mott Branch Library. When we leave here, Jody, we're going to leave some as a gift to the Mott Branch Library.
That we will.
Right. However, Jody, I really want to talk about, I want to share the screen with our Facebook page again regarding our flag raising today. Just some takeaways. What was the feeling of raising that flag while we were reciting the Solidarity Pledge? What are your thoughts?
It was interesting because for the first 4 years, we've always had somebody else raise the flag. Last year, me and Justin.
No, last year we had Brother Rashid.
Okay. Rashid and me raised it last year. I actually have video of that. That's the one Brother Washington is showing right now, which basically is the same. Nothing's changed. We just had, this year, we had Harold.
Yeah, our brother Harold Harris, candidate for mayor.
I didn't record the flag raising because, you already got it. This is actually the first year I didn't record it actually going up. But I do got some video of the inside of the National Black Anthem. And I thought, again, it was what it was supposed to be. I did not expect nobody there that I did not see there. If you couldn't make it, I mean, it's year number 6. Me and Brother Washington start talking about this, in December.
Yeah.
And then it's a weekly thing. It's something we can't control whether or not the commissioners or stuff put that on their docket, because you just got to access it. If you are that involved or want to be that involved with something, closed mouths don't get fed. It's not very hard to find a few people who don't just show up for a march or a single protest, but show up every single day because we treat this as our life. It's not something that I'm sacrificing to be here. I chose to be here. You can't pay me to go away. You can't pay me to stay. The only thing you can do is pay me no mind if you don't like me.
Oh,
but
I should be writing that down. That was bars right there. All right.
But yeah, I thought it was beautiful as it's been. Again, it was warmer this year. I got to meet one of the new officers who let me know because I guess my unofficial role, when you see my background scenes, I show up first. And then Brother Washington sometimes shows up first too, but I stay outside with whoever's changing of the flag. I take that as a very serious role. And so I stayed outside with the new officer, and he was letting me know he's going to be taking over. He said the next couple of years, so I think we're good for the next couple of years.
Good.
Because he knows exactly how to fold the sign properly and put it away. And that is something that's very important. A lot of people don't see the little details. Like when me and Brother Washington are at parades and stuff, there's rules. You don't let your flag touch the ground. When you are wrapping it up, you make sure certain things. And he was like, well, I know all the rules and stuff. It's not going to get, because the flag that we take down is the county flag. A lot of people don't know that. So Harold was out there talking to us and stuff, and I'm kind of in military focused mode, and I'm like, he's asking a whole bunch of questions. I'm like, oh. So finally the guy gets done with the flag, and we start walking in because he's like, oh, I could stay out here and wait till everybody comes back out. And I'm like, well, okay, because I had to go and follow the guy with the flag to make sure that chain of command or whatever isn't broken. So interesting stuff. Things most people don't get to know about this, like how we plan. Brother Washington now has been showing our behind the scenes, but that's for a while we didn't, because you get infiltrators, you get provocateurs, you get people that come around for, some people come around for a couple of years until they finally figure out that, oh, they're for real.
You guys are for real.
They're not going to change. I can't get nothing out of them. So, you just be cautious with people. Also, don't harden yourself to people, because there's just lots of people don't know. In that situation, it's not like it's not like I'm gatekeeping, but I'm not going to divulge to you exactly what I'm doing, because, that's not your job.
Okay. I don't know what he's talking about,
yeah,
but,
going off on the tangent.
I love it. And also I want to give some shouts out. Number one, to the Port Authority, because even though the one government center houses the city government and county government, the property is owned by the Port Authority. And we had to submit a proposal first to the Port Authority in order to get this process started. Another shout out is to the Lucas County Commissioners, because during this conversation regarding raising this flag, one group opted out, which left the county to hold the bag and be the bad guy. And so shout out to Pete Gherkin for deciding that, you know what, the flag can go up. It's going to go up on our pole. All right. So
we did swap out to that middle pole. We won't say no names or anything. I remember one year, and this was like, oh, okay, they had to fix it the next year, but they let it stay up. So
and lastly, a shout out to the NAACP Toledo branch, because 6 years ago, I was very frustrated with the slowness that I was getting from some of our elected officials regarding how do we raise a flag, because everybody else raises a flag, why not ours? And it was Willie Perryman that kind of pulled me to the side. We were at the NAACP meeting, and I told them what we were going to do. And I told them, if you don't like it, don't be involved or don't get in the way, which was the wrong thing to say there. But he saw my frustration.
I was pulling the shiesty out of my pocket.
Right. He saw my frustration, and like a good brother, he pulled me to the side, and he instructed me. And then he allowed Ray Wood, who was president of the NAACP at that time, to assist. in order to make this happen. So as I said in the meeting today, we thank them because it allows us to have that flag up legally.
Yep.
All right. We didn't have to do it ourselves, and it would have been up for an hour.
Right.
But we would have had to bail each other out. All right. Well, I'm here for that too, but thankfully we didn't have to do that. So anything that you see CSRN do, it's not just myself and Jody.
It's in collaboration.
Right.
All of
now,
our community members.
Hey, now we got Danetta.
Yeah.
Shoot, we gonna smart now.
Shout out to Terry Crosby for being our elder for the ceremony.
Yep, and Terry, you are an elder, all right. And I told him outside, once you hit 3 digits, bro, you're an elder. So and the brother looks extremely. He looks good. Thank you, Terry. I'm just messing with you, but thank you. Thank everyone for the sister that opened up with the Black National Anthem.
Yep.
Thank her, and I'm sure that there are some people that we may have missed, but we're going to do this. Be it the will of the universe.
Thank you to Denise for that beautiful poem about being a Black woman.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, at this point, let me take a short break and shout out to Julian Mack saying happy 100 Black History Month, and recognizing that it's Carter G. Woodson and also the mighty the Honorable Marcus Garvey who flagged that was he created that flag, and Carter G. Woodson, who was instrumental in creating Negro History Week, which is now Black History Month. And no matter what you think about it, it's ours. And don't try to be popular by saying I'm Black 365, bro. Come on, all right. I saw you during July 4th with all that red, white, and blue on, and you wasn't wearing that every day, right? You wasn't wearing it every day. So why, right? So why, when it's ours, we try to find a way to minimize it so they can miss me with that too. All right, before I get off key, I want to also, like I said, want to thank Sean Booth, Brown Boston, that's in the chat, saying that this fire that you guys are doing great. I think that they mean me. They say we're doing great, but
I'm just a good opener and closer.
Yeah, absolutely.
In between, but that's about it.
Hey, without both of us taking the time to do this and seriously go over how we're going to do it before, how things are going to go first, second, and third. We just don't come on here with nothing to say, other than stupidity.
Or being angry at somebody, or
pretending to be angry. Really, that's what it is.
I'm not on social media as much. Too many critics and not enough people doing anything.
Okay, all right. Tell us how you really feel. Hey, listen, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with our updates. This is the Community Solidarity Response Network, our week in review. We'll be right back.
Now you can get the same uncompromising truth you've come to expect from the Final Call newspaper on all your connected devices. Subscribe to the Final Call Digital Edition today. Go to subscribe.finalcalldigital.com.
We are going to the museum. All right, we're back on. We're talking about what we're going to do after.
Oh, wow.
All right, we're talking about what we're going to do after. Who, all right, yeah. Well, all right. I guess that'd get us a couple more views when I, engaged when we were on. The mic is hot. It's always hot. Hey, family, we're back. This is the CSRN podcast, our week in review. What we're going to do right now, right before 5 minutes of heat, we do what we call a community updates and some of the things that we've been involved in over the last week and some of the things that we think that you need to see that's coming up. Jody, do we have some things in our updates that you've been a part of, we've been a part of, and maybe coming up later?
Yep. As we know, January just ended. Most events don't really happened towards the end of the month, and the beginning of the month is now. So you're about to see a whole bunch of stuff. The only thing I was able to attend, and one that I actually cooked for afterwards, was, of course, the community gathering at the water, honoring Jeremiah Ezekiel. And of course, she's here today. Awesome guest
dope
in the room. And then the only other thing that I really saw, that now I'm becoming less involved in things that are just entertaining. Hard way to put it, but it's true. Was the 9th annual Thai event by Tremaine Rayford and the program that was at the Glass Pavilion. I wasn't there because I cook the food now. So you miss out on some things being a part of the one that's making all the mix, but I enjoy it. I enjoying being able to tell my coworkers, I brought Darius in there the other day, that, hey, this is the person, because y'all never see me anymore because I'm in the kitchen. So let my coworkers know what I'm doing. They was looking at me like, you left today to be on the what? On the news. I opened the ceremony for the city and stuff. I just stopped talking about it as much because I don't think I don't need to tell you every single day.
That's true.
I'm going to this place every single day. So I've learned to condense it less, and it's gotten a lot quieter. People ask me how I'm doing now instead of, oh, I saw your post.
Yeah, that's right.
So, and then other than that, upcoming, we don't have anything that at least I can see on my calendar for this first week. I know I have some executive committee meetings and charter board meetings, which I got to go to bat for everybody because I do not like this new schedule. But other than that, I don't see anything coming up until next week. So next week, starting Tuesday, February 10th, and I'll just give that to you prehensile whatever now, because people say, oh, I didn't see it. So if you watch the show,
they're always going to say that.
But bystander intervention in public spaces, this is going to be at the main library, 325 North Michigan. It's an event by Welcome Toledo, Lucas County, and NAMI. I believe we have partnered with somebody. I saw that on our page for something coming up, but I'm not sure if it's this close or next.
Yeah, that's for the showing of a film called The 13th. That's going to be at Monroe Methodist. Man, I should have shared that too, but I don't even have the artwork for it. So Dr. Lynn Hamer, if you're watching this and if you see me fumbling over it, hey, okay. But log on, check in with Lynn Hamer's page. She's sharing it. Check with Monroe Methodist Church, the one on Monroe, where it's very progressive, and you'll always find me there doing something. Check that film festival because CSRN is co-sponsoring that film. Check it out, check it out, check it out. And also, one of the things that's happening this month is the annual Nation of Islam's Savior's Day event. And what Savior's Day is, it's the Savior's Day is an annual Nation of Islam commemoration to the birth of Master Fard Muhammad, the great Mahdi of the Muslims and the Messiah of the Christians, who appeared in North America on July 4th, 1930, and declared that the 400 years of bondage Black people has served in America has ended. So it's like, if you've never been to a Nation of Islam Savior's Day, it is a true state of Black America because it's not sponsored by Toyota, General Motors, or Budweiser. We finance it. We get a chance to determine who we want to speak and what we want to speak about. So this year is going to be in Detroit, right up the road. That's going to be the 17th through the 22nd. Go to NOI.org. Get your tickets. From the 19th to the 22nd, go to NOI.org/SD2026 for updates. And we call it the crowning jewel of Black History Month. All right. Outside of that, if you like what we do, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, listen to us on Spotify. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's a poem that we have that says like, share, subscribe. All right. See, I'm listening.
I have to lock in a minute because you guys getting it. I believe it was last week, but now you get the Brother Washington edit.
All right. I appreciate that. It's like the remix.
Yep.
I'm not going to say take that. All right. If you want to support us via Cash App. That's hashtag CSRN Toledo 419. PayPal is CSRN 419. We still have some Black Lives Matter yard signs. We've got a few in the studio right now, just waiting to be autographed by Jody Summers. We still have maybe not that many, but some defund Toledo police. Now you heard during the commissioners meeting that Darlene Newburn Sweeney had talked about defunding ICE.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's up. All right. Just let you know that we was on the forefront of all of this. So be one of the first on your block to get your defund the police sign. Keeping our Toledo Police Department accountable, because we deserve police officers in our community that respect us, that understand us, that care for us. And we don't want the ones that don't care. We don't want the ones that just want to be trouble and bully. Defund them, take them back. All right. So we want to make our community a safe and decent place to live. Having said that, we get to the point of our podcast where we start to wrap things up. And the way we do it is called 5 Minutes of Heat. CSRN has always been, I want to say, different about how we do things. We don't use Robert's rules, maybe I was going to say Raheem's rules, all right? Maybe Raheem's rules, all right? We do it our way. And one of the ways that we close out is using creative expression. And we call it 5 Minutes of Heat because of the song that I loved in the late 80s, early 90s called 5 Minutes of Funk by Houdini. We took it, we remixed that again, and I'm not going to say take that. And we created what we call 5 Minutes of Heat. And for the past 11 years, Jody has been our resident 5 Minutes of Heat person. Jody, what do you have for us today?
Well, today I think I did it last week as a premiere. I'm not sure, but we are going right back at it because this piece now is the flag raising ceremony. Again, we've been doing this for 6 years. I'll probably put 12 pieces in legislation because these are recorded by the city and it's part of the city event. They also will be meeting again this next Tuesday and the Tuesday after that for more Black History Month festivities and stuff like that. One last update, the main library tomorrow, and you'll see it on my page, is hosting the James Baldwin movie. And this is the final edit out of all the pieces that I've done over the last decade or so, the 7,000 pieces and 30 publications. This one is the only one that I've touched more than once. So it's very special. So Brother Washington is in addition to this. My friend Magnova, when I first wrote it, it didn't have the, and I guess spoiler, it didn't have the like, share, subscribe. So I had read it to him. I performed it a few times. I wrote this back in April of last year as part of 30 Days of Writing. And he was like, well, I get the poem and I feel it, but you don't say the actual words. So I went over the poem again and thought about it and how it makes you feel after you hear the poem. And where I put that word in there, it desensitizes you to it. So by the time you get to the end of the poem and you hear it again, it's more of a snap back out into reality. Brother Washington called me up the other day. I was with my little grandbaby building and stuff, and he was like, talking to me. I was trying to figure out what he was saying because I was like, I know this is the piece that I'm going to do. Do you want me to keep it in the pocket or just hit the pedal? And he was like, we talked for a couple minutes. I couldn't figure out where he was at, and he was like, okay, just hit the pedal. So this is the hit the pedal version.
That's right.
Of Subscribe with the influence of Magnova. And let's begin. Peace. Subscribe. What happened to people? Where did we all go? We don't have conversations anymore. Like, share, subscribe. Everything is a trauma bond or triggering in some way. Like, share, subscribe. I used to go to my friend's page and see something that happened in their day. And now all I see is short clips from other people's lives, like, share, subscribe. I don't know if you are you anymore because I don't even see you anymore. Like, share, subscribe, just advertisement and triggering information that I really did not need to know. Like, share, subscribe. But now I'm staring at it in awe because that could be me. Like, share, subscribe. It's like people don't even read the terms of service anymore. Like, share, subscribe. Just click and instantly apply this filter to whatever might be happening in your real life. Like, share, subscribe. So someone will respond to you, and the algorithm will let more of the friends who you already have, see what you're doing. Like, share, subscribe. But if that many people responded to you in person all at once, you would be terrified and overwhelmed with the sight of every waking moment. Like, share, subscribe. I feel lost in the connection of others. Like, share, subscribe. Numb and overstimulated at the same time. Like, share, subscribe. But I just received a notification that my viewership is down. And if I applied this many filters, like share, subscribe, boosted this post, or bought this little blue check, like share, subscribe, that allows me into the exclusive opportunities and posted this many short clips of people abusing all of humanity. Out with ICE. Out with ICE. Free Palestine. Black Lives Matter. While my head floats in the corner. Like, share, subscribe, desensitized to chat. And funny story, when I first started streaming, I thought chat was a Tom, and there was always someone there trying to encourage you, until I found out it was just the comments. I might make $1 or $2, and my rent is due. Like, share, subscribe. Prices have gone up, and I vacation only just to take a viral pic or video that some influencer did, who I'm almost 90% sure isn't even the real them. Like, share, subscribe. Since AI is the new thing, and he said, she said, I can do so I could be free, and the whole time you're in complete remorse because things don't seem to be getting any better. Autocorrect is awesome. Trying to sound human. I hope you got that line back there. But our ancestors, the people before we decided to put ourselves in tiny boxes and pay bills and listen to people who look down on us, look down on us, but access for all of our wealth, didn't have therapists, didn't have health care, which seems more like a life sentence into a death that you might not be able to afford. They had nature and ancestors and long walks and breaking bread with each other and villages that relied upon one another and accountability and making mistakes until you get it right. Not letting some generated program that stole from other people's mistakes of getting it right make yours empty. That's what logging on feels like now. So I ask, what happened to people? Where did we all go? Sucked into our own devices, our own personal hells of obsessing over something that could give us nothing back but an empty black hole that is ever hungry and does not know compassion for humanity because it has none. It's only capable of imitating what we feed it. And as we give ourselves less and less, maybe it does look more like reality. Like, share, subscribe, in peace.
And as always, we snap our fingers. We weren't getting a lot of that
we got claps though.
Okay, but
we got claps. Not everybody can snap. They might have some arthritis in their hands.
Okay, yeah, well, they were old. All right. Hey, it's one directed at you, Terry. All right. That's him. All right. Hey, Jody, I want to thank you for that, man. Big shout out to Danetta Walker that came through today, and we're going to have her see if she can come back and have kind of a regular breakdown for our young people and their mental health. That's a big thing. And shout out to everybody that was in the chat. Shout out to Brown Bosses that was in the chat.
Yep.
Shout
Share
out
it
to
if you
Julian.
can, because
Shout out to Sean. And share it because we've been shadow banned again.
I don't think they like that the intro photo.
It's all good. But as we say, all lives can't matter, Jody, unless Black lives matter. And Black lives can't matter until all Black lives matter. Justice or else.